Hello, howdy, welcome back. I'm Elmo, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the BookTube Newbie Tag by Brenda C. There are 7 questions in this tag, and the first one is, why did you start this channel? My main reason? So I could talk about books and think about books and be encouraged to read books and also give recommendations. I also kind of wanted to build a positive community. I want to make a community that looks out for each other and shares the happiness in life. I think as well, using this channel, kind of building it up, it's very much a skill. Modern media marketing requires a lot of video work, things like Instagram Reels, YouTube, TikTok, building the skills, learning something new. That's what we're here for. I also really wanted to make like video diaries or document moments or achievements or just life. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So far, from the amazing feedback I've got from those, thank you very much everyone who's done that. I've been told I have a very good upbeat, positive energy, good vibe, passing the vibe check, hell yeah. I have been surrounded by too much negativity and pressure and just stress, so I would love to use this channel to make something positive. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm excited to share the joy I find in life, the joy I find in books and reading. I want to share the things that make me happy, and it would be very cool if you lot shared the things that made you happy too. Question 4. Why do you love reading? This will sound cheesy, but I love how books can immerse you in stories. I get so invested in a character or a plot or a theme, finding out what lands on top as well, especially in conflicts of like if you've got good and evil or control and rebellion, like seeing what lands on top. I love the idea that reading books can shape you and shape the person you are. Very much the message of Fahrenheit. You carry stories with you, they become a part of you, and you become a vessel for them. The idea that once you've read them as well, that you notice things in the world that you didn't before, or create your own world that would not have existed had you not read. Next question. What book or book series got you into reading? I have mentioned this before, the Gone series by Michael Grant. Top-notch series. I think it really inspired my kind of interest in ideas of like society, like conflicting society, ideas of control and rebellion, ideas of mutation and superpowers. Love Daredevil, love X-Men. This is probably what started it. Ideas of nuclear fallout as well. I have a couple books on Chernobyl. I have a couple that are just on like The Chrysalids by John Wyndham, and that's what started them really. Another book series I read when I was younger was When I Was Joe by Keren David. I didn't realise until recently how influential that book series is in my interests now. Tore through it a couple times in secondary school. I just tore through all 3 of those books. I think it drew me into more kind of wump type tropes. Injury, recovery, being on the run, all things I love in a book, even today. Most of my favourite reads now have at least one element that you can see in both of those book series. So I definitely think they've shaped me as a reader. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktuber? Have you read Fahrenheit 451? Have you read it? I need to know. Have you read Fahrenheit 451? Have you? What did you think? If you dislike it, get out. Have you read Fahrenheit 451? I would ask them if they've read Fahrenheit. I would probably ask them what their favourite reads are, what books they would recommend, what books they hate viscerally. Vehement hatred. Which books go into the lava pit of which books? Which ones do you dislike and why? I hate Diary of an Oxygen Thief. I am 10 pages in and I will DNF. I do not plan to read the whole of it. Hate that book. Vehemently hate that book. Seething fire. Not the one. If you're planning on reading that book, by the way, find a sample on the internet first. Read the first 10 pages. I know the title seems very intriguing, and the fact it's anonymously authored is very much like, ooh, okay, interesting. And then you read the first 6 pages and you realise why it's anonymously authored, because the amount of hate mail this author would get is astounding. Just hate it. 4-hour hatred-fueled video essay when? Yeah, if I ever force myself to finish that book, I will do a deep dive into every single detail that I absolutely hate. God knows how long that video will be when I make it. but I will eventually, and it'll blow you away. I hate that book so much. So that's what I'd ask other booktubers, my favourite booktubers. What books do you hate? What books do you love? Because I love Fahrenheit and I make sure to speak about it every time I possibly can. What ones are up in their head? What lives in their mind rent free? I would also ask them what their favourite meme is. Like, on a real note, I need to know. I want to know what jumps out at them when they read a book. Like, are there any specific themes or motifs or ideas that spring out at them when they read? They're like, ooh, like, I need to know what is it that they're like, oh wow. Final question 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel would be the hardest to overcome? For me personally, perfectionism. I think quite a lot of people, because YouTube is a social media platform, and I think people forget that. The idea that everything you make has to look clean and polished and finished. There are film production companies that put trailers and movies on YouTube. It is difficult not to compare yourself to these much higher quality things. YouTube is a very accessible platform, which is great, you know. It means anyone can basically, as long as you've got an internet connection and a phone, which most people have these days, anyone can put stuff up on YouTube. They can film it and off it goes. But because it's so accessible, because there are these larger companies or people who've been doing this a long time, they've got a lot of experience in how to do this, and you know, they've got a lot of investment in it. They can make it to better quality. They can make it with film cameras, and they can hire an editing team, and they can hire someone to write their videos for them. That's a whole thing. So the idea that, especially when I'm first starting out, I've been reminding myself that this is a hobby for me, and I don't plan for it to go much further than that. As much as I'd like to spend time having, you know, good quality crap on here, nah, I have other stuff to do. This is practice. This is record keeping. It doesn't have to be good, and I think it'll be a challenge to maintain that mindset. Also, I do need to read books for this to keep going, and that's going to be a challenge in itself. How are you meant to do weekly videos if you're reading 10 books in the year, you know? We'll find a way. That is the BookTube Newbie Tag by Brenda C. Thanks for watching. Hope your reading is going well. Hunger Games is good. It's popping off, can't lie. It's a good read. I'll see you when I see ya. See ya. Of course the wind stops as soon as I stop recording. Okay, Storm Aisha, calm down.